Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, my fellow Chibits. Today, I'm here to bring all of you the weekly manga chapter review of Taizai. Hopefully all of you have had a very good day today, because I know today has been a very good day for me as well. So, I'm just gonna dive into something that I've seen so many people talk about all day long on all sorts of social media, and I need to correct this right here, right now. And majority of you Chibits probably won't need to be corrected, because I've talked about this type of subject in the past. But in case some of you have not heard or unaware, I'm about to let you know. So many were misinterpreting that final page of this chapter, thinking that Meliodas holding the baby Elizabeth meant that Meliodas was the father. Many were interpreting that final page as that. And I'm thinking like, no. That's not what that means. It has been hinted time and time again throughout the journey of Taizai that Elizabeth is the reincarnation of Liz. We recently found out many chapters ago that apparently Liz was in the fight 3,000 years ago with Meliodas. We hear about this. Now, when we think about it like that, we know that Elizabeth has been probably reincarnated multiple times, and we get to see once again an example of this. We've seen it already in the past, that it has been established that some characters can be reincarnated. Look, Hawk. Hawk is a prime example of a reincarnation of a character that's dead, but then is reborn into a smaller form and then grows up. That's what happened to Elizabeth. After her death in Danafor, or Liz's death in Danafor, thanks to Fraudrin, and after the big explosion that wiped out the entire town, most likely Meliodas discovered his lover, which was Liz, but turned into a baby Elizabeth, and he grabbed her up and took her out of Danafor, and that's where we see at the end of this chapter. So many people are misinterpreting that final page, thinking that Meliodas had a child, and that was his child. No, that's not what that means. So, getting back into this, I know many have also been discussing this, of how it's very weird for Meliodas to be in a relationship with Elizabeth, which, in some ways, it is weird. I'm not going to deny that. It is weird in some ways, I will admit. I will definitely agree with you. But if we take a moment to factor in that Elizabeth has been a reincarnation for a very long time, and when she becomes fully aware of this, and she probably remembers everything, if that is possible, if it is indeed possible, I will feel like it's not as weird as it probably is at this moment, because she doesn't really know everything. But still though, right now, I just wanted to correct everyone that was thinking that Elizabeth was the daughter of Meliodas, because I saw too much of that. I saw way too much of that on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube comments. I was like, no, enough is enough. I gotta clarify this. So, enough of that. Zoroastrius. Zoroastrius' character. That's the main point of this chapter, actually. Like, the main beef of the chapter is Zoroastrius and his personality and how unexpected his character was. Like, I did not expect his character to be designed like it was in this chapter. Because when I think of Zoroastrius, the grand holy knight, the greatest holy knight that could have put, like, a big screw or like a wrench in the plan of Fraudrin of what he wanted to do with Dreyfus' body, I mean, the great holy knight Zoroastrius could have easily have been a big problem. And we see his personality for the first time, and I always pictured him to be someone that was very stern, someone that was a hard ass, someone that just did not have any sense of jokes inside of him, someone that was just would beat your fucking face, and that's exactly how I pictured Zoroastrius. That's really how I pictured him. But then we finally get to see his character's real personality, and he is a very eccentric type guy. Like, he's very bizarre. Like, he's really, like, happy-go-lucky, and the comedy he tries to say and all that, just, it's weird. I did not think his character would be like that. I never envisioned the Great Holy Knight Zoroastrius, which has been built up since, like, kind of the beginning of the series, to be acting like he does. Now, one thing I'm really glad and I'm happy that Nakaba-sensei decided to do was clarify how Zoroastrius is there at this time. We find out that Zoroastrius, he was brought back to life. Now, not permanently, of course, but he was brought back to life thanks to Scylla. And this is something I just can't believe I didn't expect. I mean, out of all the things, this is the most obvious, but we didn't think nothing about it. We all believed that Zoroastrius was alive since the very beginning. He never died. That's what we all were thinking, and even I thought. I'll admit, I honestly thought he was alive since the entire time, which added some problems, because I was like, why did Zoroastrius never try to contact the 7 deadly sins, correct anything? Why did he allow, let's say, Fraudren and Hindi to do what they did to the kingdom in the past? Like, why would he allow that? And then we finally get the truth. He was brought back thanks to Scylla's magic, and he was brought back because he has these regrets he was holding on to after death. So I like how Nakaba-sensei threw that into this chapter, but that brings up another question, a very big question. We already know that Scylla died, or apparently died. What we saw a couple chapters ago when Scylla got completely wrecked by Bon. Like, Scylla got destroyed. Bon came in, snapped her fucking neck and all that. It was just GG right there. Just Scylla hit the fucking floor and died. And then you had it to where Estarossa said if Scylla would have get carried out and would have, harmed Meliodas or killed Meliodas, Estarossa would have been the one to murder Scylla. So it was already said that it was kind of confirmed Scylla died, or at the very least from what we all could assume. So apparently Scylla's magic is still in effect, which I am confused about. I'm like, what? What the fuck? So, if Zoroastrius is still alive, he's still around, does that mean Scylla is alive? Or is the magic that Scylla used, is it powerful to where it could still be used after her death? Or maybe Zoroastrius, since he's, like, kind of a druid, or maybe he's very strong and stuff, maybe he can, keep himself tethered to the real-life plane. He won't just disappear that quickly. And I wonder what this means for Elaine as well. Has Elaine already disappeared? Like, is there a delay effect? Maybe the spell takes some time to wear off, or they eventually disappear? I mean, I'm very curious about this. I really am, because last time we thought Scylla was dead. Like, we thought Scylla was dead when she was burned alive by, Escanor. We thought she was dead there. But then Elaine was still around, and none of us really put a lot of thought into it, thinking why Elaine is technically still around, but it was because Scylla was still alive. And now we see this, and, Scylla might still be alive. So yeah, that raises a lot of questions. Is Scylla alive? Is she really dead? Or is she dead? Does that mean that the spell is going to be still lingering for a bit until it disappears? A lot of questions. Now, besides that, however, I do like how we're going to be diving into the memories of Meliodas, finding out more about him and what his life was in the past. And it feels like this is more going to be of a remembrance art. For instance, Elizabeth remembering everything that probably happened with Liz and Meliodas. And I would like that. I really like that. It would add some really good layers to Elizabeth's character and allow us to see more of her and allow her to develop from this point onward. So I am looking forward to that, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.